Dragonheir Silent Gods working on a tier list. Now I've got one started here with a lot of information, but I'm gonna need your help just like we did with King Arthur Legends Rise. Come over and join me on the Discord. Discord is down below. We've got a lot of smart people over here helping us out, and I want you to join us. We've got chat, we've got guild chat, so join our guild. We've got tier list along with PvP, and we're going to be going over all of it. Where are these heroes great? PvE, PvP, what will they do for us? Their leader skills. I'll have it all here, which I'll leave down below so you guys can come to this spreadsheet. We've got a legend here as well if you want to know which hero is Frost, Lightning. I'm using these icons to make it easier for space. You can see Fire, Frost, Lightning there. And then if you want to know about the elemental advantage, 20% additional defense and attack, along with having 5 for that 15% additional damage. Now, back in the old beta, I took all these guys in here naked level 50 against one boss where they didn't have an advantage. He was neutral to them all to see who had the fastest time to kill. And I did all this stuff in the previous beta, but now we have a test dummy in the game. Like a really sweet test dummy, so we don't have to worry about any of this information. And now I'm going to this, so it's easier to read, I think. And we've got our ranks up here for PvP and PvE. Coming soon, we're going to put all the stuff we need to complete daily right here. If we need to go over and do a certain dungeon every day, PvP battles every day, maybe get our stamina from the shop and go buy that with so many gems, all the stuff that we need to take care of. Maybe there's a world boss we need to fight every day. We don't want to forget about it. We will put it all here, what it cost, why to do it, all that information. So make sure you come over and join us on Discord. It's so much fun to play with people and talk to them every day when you're playing these games. Tier list is an ever evolving tier list. This tier list is not ready to go as far as the game. You know, the game's just coming out today for us all to play on this closed beta 2. Early release, however they're going to spin this. If you signed up for the pre-registration, you're going to have access to the PC client. You'll have access to Android. You can jump back and forth from the PC client to Android, and you'll be able to play the game. So I'm going to be playing free to play. I think a lot of people are going to be playing free to play, and we want to know what heroes are good. The starting hero, the rare heroes, the epic heroes, the legendary. We've got this special section here for like wild, for fire. So for the wild ones, they either take advantage of wild or do a wild. So we want to know that here. We want to know which ones we're going to match up together to make sure that they get more damage or do some kind of additional ability. So we've got that here. We've got burns, there's poisons, there's frost for the frost people. All that we'll have along with their aura skills. And then we'll have their PvE rank, PvP rank, what type they are, ranged, melee support. Because melee is going to run up to the first enemy right away. And if melee has like an area of effect around them, it might not reach your people in the back. So you might have to, make sure you place your guys in a different way. So take that in mind when you're doing melee and how they attack and where they're going to attack. And then their abilities, like what their abilities do. These legendaries are pretty S tier. Most of these legendaries in the fire do a lot of damage. And this Lizardman right here, when I played him in beta, was insane. He did huge shields to the whole entire team. They healed people. He explodes other people's shields, I believe, and does damage. He was doing damage too. He was just an insane tank. And I have him at S tier for PvE. He's probably S tier for PvP, especially if the enemy team is going to have somebody that's going to put shields on them. He's going to be S tier for it. So really amazing. All these other fire units are single target. So I need your help with this. You can kind of tell that some of these units are just going to be amazing, but we're going to be playing them all. I really want to dive into the rares. I want to dive into the epics. I'll keep this account right now that I'm playing. I think they're going to let us have it for a little while longer. This account is not associated with the closed beta or global or anything. They're going to close this account down soon, but I do have access to some of the legendaries. My previous account, I had access to all the legendaries, but even with somebody like this, you can tell this hero is every 20 seconds. It'll be down to every 17 seconds once you have it skilled out to give your whole entire team recovery over time, increased defense to 60% additional defense, has a chance to charm the enemy, everybody on the enemy team. And then it does ultimate down, 75% chance to reduce their ultimate gauge, which this is an ultimate ability, by 50%. So it's a very, very strong in PvE and in PvP. In this one, she's going to shield an ally. And then this passive here is going to let her come into the, immediately when you come into the battle, you get a chance to blind the enemy for 5 seconds. it's pretty crazy. I mean, they're really, really strong. That's not to say that the epics aren't strong as well. There are epics in this game, which I feel are very strong. I'm sure that we're going to find some rares that are very strong as well. So I can't wait to find those. Like this guy, I've been playing him. And on this ultimate ability, he knocks everybody back to the very, very back of the screen and then stuns them. They just all fly back, stuns them all. And then he does other recharge speed penalty. It's a pretty damn powerful ultimate for an epic person. This is a single target. It does decrease attack of 50%, which is strong. If this was AoE decrease attack, this guy would be nuts. Then he's got an ability here to where he can, or passive, to where he can shrug off a debuff. Whenever a debuff lands on him, I believe that's what it's saying here, he's got a 25% chance to become immune and then get an ultimate energy gauge increase of 25%, which is pretty big to be able to do this move again. So we need to test everything, and I want your help. Please join us on Discord. Like I said, I don't have all the answers for you right now because I haven't been able to. We've been doing beta. Nobody does. Nobody has all the answers for us right now. We can kind of have an idea from all the other games we've played. If you played, what was the game? Magnum Quest with me. This is very similar to Magnum Quest and how it works. So placement along with our abilities and along with their recharge and when they're going to go off, who they're going to affect when we go in PvP, like who's across from us. Are we going to use guys that go after enemies with low HP? There's a one over here we'll do. Execute is amazing, of course. This lady is insane. But there's also a melee DPSer, which his ability is to attack the person with the lowest HP. So then we can kind of execute whoever's getting low. We're going to have to play around with all this stuff, especially when it comes to PvP. When it comes to PvE, of course, we're going to have to make sure we have different teams for all the different dungeons out there, because some dungeons we're going to do, depending on the elemental advantage or disadvantage, we're going to do 30% less damage. In the beginning, we're going to make one really strong team to get through the game. But then later on, we're going to minimize and maximize and make a lot of teams for bosses, world bosses, and different dungeons that we're running. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to level all these up and play these. But currently, this is not a huge tier list. It's only ones that I've played a bit and played in beta, because a lot of these heroes were taken out of beta and they've thrown in a lot of brand new legendary heroes. Like every day they've been talking about new heroes they're adding to this beta. And of course, if you don't know, this game is going to do seasons, and at new seasons, they're going to include new heroes into the game, like all new heroes into the game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out. And poison's really cool too. We've got the poison units out there that apply poisons and take advantage of the poisons. A lot of fun stuff. Join us on Discord. I really want your help with this. Of course, come over here and check out the tier list right now. We've got all my information here in the beginning. And then we've got the tier list. Of course, like I said, we have the legend. Old testing, I guess we can take this away. I don't think my old time to kill is really going to matter. This guy was doing insane damage back in the day. I don't even know if he's a legendary that we can get right now because he summons. He does summons. I like these legendaries that summon these pets. They're pretty damn amazing. And then we'll get this filled out right away as we start playing tomorrow. When you see this video, we'll be in the game and playing it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Come and join us. Appreciate your time. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in a video soon.